Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Daytona Ice Arena, South Daytona, Florida. The last Friday night of Embry-Riddle hockey for either team. Warm-ups finishing up, buzzer in 3 seconds. We're all set to go. Final home game of the season, and we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. For all of us here at the Eagles Hockey Network, I'm Aaron Watt. First period moments away, but before then we will have starting lineups and our national anthem. Before we settle into, again, our final home game of the season and my final game as the voice of the Embry-Riddle Eagles. We thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's a pleasure, as always, to have you. Friday the 13th, 2026. Friday the 13th of February. And as may have been communicated, we apologize for the late start of tonight's game. There's a scheduling mix-up on the back end with the league. And so a little after 9 p.m. here on the East Coast will be our official game start time. But for now, we will step aside and do opening lineups, the anthem, and then we'll be to the first period. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Unfortunately, we were not able to do starting lineup. Some technical difficulties going on here. But we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Moments away from puck drop. As we get underway, delayed, but still going. What a season it's been for both of Embry-Riddle's teams. Most notably, however, the D3 team back in the playoffs this season after a fairly lackluster season last year. They'll be playing down in Miami as we are underway. Here from South Daytona, Eagles win the faceoff. Jacob Skrdic dumps the puck all the way into the Eagles zone. Coleman along the near side. Checked. There's Seamus Buckley after it. He sends it up but not out. Sent back in deep by Skrdic. Coleman takes a puck behind the net. Draws it a check. Flanagan out in front. No one there for him to pass to, but intercepted by Bowers at the line. Chips the puck in, but a little bit over the glass and out of play. 38 seconds into the first period. As for the ACDC team, it's been an up and down season for sure. Almost every game has been extremely competitive. Very infrequent have they been what you might describe as out of a game, looking to end their season on a high note in front of a few fans here in South Daytona. As Austin Giggy saw the puck, dumped it in deep, but it's intercepted. Steven Rossi, he's in over the line, dodges a check, and behind the goal line with the puck, sends it out the near side. Here's Mizerjuski, sends it down low, intercepted by Lynch. Back up to the point, but it is punched out over the line by Culbertson. He loses it. Gil Johnson collects, backhands it into the zone. Collecting it in his own end is Rausenwater. Up for Mizerjuski. And the puck slides all the way down forward icing. 18:37 remaining first period. Tonight, two fairly evenly matched teams play each other. Of note, however, FIT's star player is out for the season. And so they will be playing without him, and they'll be trying to make up for his absence. The puck trickles out of the zone. Now in alone. Here is Rossi at his puck. His shot goes just wide, and the puck settles behind the Embry-Riddle goal. Max Brady's tripped up, no call. FIT back into their own zone. Intercepted at center. Max Brady chips the puck in. There's going to be a whistle as the puck is touched up, and we'll have our first penalty of the evening. No Rickabosh for the Eagles will sit, and FIT will have the game's first power play. Face off to the blocker side of James Murdoch. The Eagles with a chance up ice. Here's Coleman, forced just wide of the net by Mizerjuski. Coleman still retains the possession of the puck, shorthanded, but he loses it. George Booz up the far side. Puck centered. Eagles able to backhand it out of the zone. There's Coleman once again. He'll send it all the way down to that far side corner. About 50 seconds into the penalty to Rickabosh, 2 for roughing. Rossi tips the puck in. Stephen Rossi. Handled by Murdoch behind the goal. Gil Johnson sends the puck all the way out of the zone to center. Under a minute to go on the penalty. Jared Green in over the line. Back up to the right point. There's Rossi. It's down below. Dangerously backhanded towards the net and covered up by Murdoch. Dangerous chance for FIT and just a little too far to the side of the net with that shot was number 11, Jared Green. Yet to see both Greens on the ice. The Eagles with number 11, number 6, Brian Green. The Panthers with number 11, Jared Green. That shot towards the net, sticked aside by Murdoch. Eagles chip the puck up but not out. That was Skrudich. Battling for it along the far side are both teams. Is stealing it with a chance across Chancio scores on the power play, and he'll make it 1-0 for FIT. Eagles control the faceoff. Here's Chris Fendel, and he cuts into center. Backhands it towards Nathan Dubé, and he almost tipped that home. Battle for the puck behind the goal. Justin Howard with the assist on the Santino Chancio goal. FIT goal scored by number 15, Santino Chancio. Assist to number 30, Justin Howard. Time of the goal, 3:49 of the first period. That's Chancio from Howard at 3:49. Well, it doesn't look like the PA made it through. It looks like the batteries are running low on the microphone that's hooked up to the PA system. We'll try to solve that at the break. But for now, the Eagles able to chip the puck up, but not all the way out. Tipped back in off the stick of Jack Ost. Once again up and out, but intercepted Josh Goodine. Centers to Chancio. He centers it back. Goes far and into the corner. Eagles tip it out. David Mierzewski, first back for the Panthers. He'll skate the puck from his own zone through center. Passes over the line to Jared Green. His shot wide of the net. The puck trickles into the near side. Offsides call as Seamus Buckley touched up, and we'll have the faceoff just outside the Eagle zone below the crowd on this near side. 14:02 first period. Max Brady for the Eagles in to take it against Mark Vrausenwater, won by Brady. Back to Johnson. Passes up and out of the zone. Plays on sides. Ryan Anderson for the Eagles, first to get there. Centers to Brady. A little bit too much. Hour, check by Phillips. He gets a shot, scores! Off a wonderful turnover generated here on the near side. Luca Phillips from the slot scores, and he makes it 1-1. And just like that, the Eagles right back in it. We'll have Andy Coleman to center for the Eagles to take the face-off against Seamus Buckley. Buckley's able to control, but it seems out of delayed offsides, so they have to go tag up. That allows the Eagles to steal the puck. Here's Flanagan with some beautiful stick handling in over the line. Chips the puck behind the net. Checked hard, but there goes Nicholas Bowers to retrieve. Bowers backhands it towards center. Flanagan able to collect it in the vicinity of 3 FIT6. Now there's a shot off the crossbar by Skirnich, up and out of play. 13:09 first period. And for the Eagles, that goal by Luca Phillips on their one and only shot so far tonight. The Eagles control in the offensive zone. Skirnich keeps it in. It goes off an FIT player and out. Skrdic back to defend. Possible 2-on-1, but the pass behind his teammate, and so FIT's chance is broken up by their own pass. Flanagan in over the line, has the puck knocked off his stick. Rousenwunder through center. Stick handles across, long shot. Seen all the way by Murdoch into his glove for the save, and the whistle. 12:35 first period. Face-off run there by Rousenwater. Apologized by Buckley. Now he battles for the puck behind the goal line. He loses it, but it's taken up to the top of the zone by Mazurski. His long shot, stick save by Murdoch. Puck centered there by Ryan Auer, but the Eagles able to chip it out. Culbertson giving chase on David Mazurski. Cross to Green. To Auer, up to Cormier. Ryan Auer checked off the puck nicely by Austin Giggy, and the puck sent all the way back into the near side. Rickabosh had a stick break, and the Eagles move up ice the other way. Chipped back in from center, now out. Auer. Cross for Rossi. Lost the puck on the entry, regained by Mark Rousenwunder. His shot, saved by Murdoch. As Liam Fitzgerald tosses the remaining broken piece of stick over the very low boards here in South Daytona, and across his sharp angle shot by FIT goes just wide. Puck loose in front. Murdoch able to make the save. He's got a man loose lying in the middle of his crease for FIT. Pushes him out of the way. Finally gets to retrieve his goal stick. Nice play break up there by Gil Johnson. Now Brian Green advances the puck. Checked along the boards. McGavin back. Now battles for the puck behind the goal line. Rossi up for Rousenwater. Across to Booz. George Booz across the line. That goes behind the goal. Backhand out in front. Shot! It goes wide. Murdoch able to cover the puck up. What a chance there for the Panthers as they gain the line and had a numbers advantage going towards the Eagles' net. And a good save by Murdoch, who's been busy tonight. 7 shots before the halfway mark of this first period. Face-off won by FIT. Back to Mierzewski. Down low to Green. Battle behind the net. Mierzewski sends a puck back inside the zone, right up from the top of the zone. Halfway mark of this first period. Eagles try to move up ice, but massive just pool of bodies right in front of the Eagles bench as they tried to move the puck up ice. Luca Phillips chips the puck into the offensive zone around Mierzewski. Anderson, now Phillips, battle for the puck along the boards behind the net. Phillips gets the puck. He's checked. Panthers able to seal the puck. Shot pass into the zone by Ryan Cormier. Rousenwunder, Cormier battle for the puck along with Rickabosh and Max Brady. Eagles able to get the puck up and out, and there's going to be a tripping penalty as Mark Rausenwitter trips up Luca Phillips as he was trying to skate towards the puck. Exactly 9 minutes remaining first period, and so the Eagles will get their first chance on the man advantage. FIT was successful on theirs. Eagles control the face-off. Their first power play unit out there. Andy Coleman, top of the zone. One-timer. Culbertson, fan on that. Max Brady races to keep the puck in, which he does. Sends it down low out to Brady. Now Culbertson. Chips it back down. Now Culbertson at the left point. Coleman, top of the zone. Down to Bowers. It scores! Nicholas Bowers with the power play goal. 8:32 remaining in this first period. The Eagles score 2 on their first 3 shots. Bowers from Coleman. That shot just looked like it squeezed through the goaltender. He got something on it, but it wasn't quite enough, and the puck trickles into the back of the net, and the Eagles take the 2-1 lead. Eagles control off the draw. Assist to number 85, Jason Culbertson, and number 40, Andy Coleman. The Eagles from their own end. D-to-D pass. There's George Booz from the slot, unable to pull the trigger. Thought he had a man going to the net. Icing waved off as Griffin Lynch is first back for the Eagles. Besides him and Giggy, the rest of them off for the change. Now Lynch with the puck just a little bit too far for Giggy as he was driving towards the net unobstructed. Now that shot by Brady saved by Keegan Groom. 7:30 to play first period. Lynch towards the puck. Backhands it behind the net for Fendelin. Back to Giggy. Across to Rickabosh, right point. 6 save by Groom. Now LePage backhands the puck towards the far corner. Fendelin first there. Centers it. No one there. And the Panthers will intercept. From center, Seamus Buckley. Shot pass towards the net, wide of the goal. Under 7 minutes to play, the Eagles gain possession. Rickabosh loses it, regains possession, now loses it once again. Backhand by Ryan Auer, intercepted by the Eagles, but he regains possession. Now it's up to the top of the zone and sent back in. It's a pinballing puck here for the last 45 seconds or so. Another case of the pinballing puck as the puck off an Eagle stick goes all the way down, icing the call. 6:11 to play. As we thank you once again for joining us on tonight's late night broadcast. Later than it should have been. It's a little bit earlier than it normally is, so there is that. Normally wouldn't even be started with the game or even warm-ups yet. We'd just be finishing up with the first game. Round about this time as the Eagles chip the puck up and out, and they'll go off for a full change, and they get out on the ice quickly as the puck sent all the way from the Panthers' own end across the end line, and so the Panthers now ice the puck. 5:53 to play in the first period. Brady wins the faceoff for the Eagles. There's Phillips. Maintains possession of the puck with 2 Panthers on him. Trickles out to center, but they regain possession. Dylan Kelly sends the puck in deep. He'll battle for it along with Phillips. Josh Goodine pestering for the Panthers. Phillips sends it up to the right point. Skrdic. Saucer pass down low. Anderson battling for the puck along the near side boards just up from the corner. Now to Kelly from the point. His shot, stick save by Groom. Phillips now in a battle for it. Chancio with a chance to clear. But it goes all the way to Grant Vilken, who's finally able to get it up and out. Dumped into the zone by Anderson, and he'll go off for the change. The Eagles get yet another set of fresh legs out on the ice. They tag up. Nicholas Bowers and across the line. He's got Coleman driving. Coleman shoots! Save! He gets to the rebound. Out in front, just a little bit too much for Flanagan. Trying to move up ice the other way was Stephen Rossi. The puck's intercepted, so the Eagles will regain in their own zone. There's Flanagan with a nice move on George Booz. Now makes the move around Seamus Buckley. Through two defenders behind the goal line. Now Coleman with the puck. Loses it, he'll fight to regain. But with speed is David Mirjewski. He's able to gain center around two Embry-Riddle defenders. Shot in and saved by Murdoch with the stick between the legs. Under 4 minutes to play. Seamus Buckley shot and held in the glove by Murdoch, up to 10 shots faced. Stopping 9 of 10 so far. The Eagles only with 4 shots on goals so far tonight, but crucially, 2 goals on those 4 shots. Reminiscent of the Canucks over the not this year, but the past couple of years. Not a very high shooting team, but the shots they would get, make very good use of. The pinballing puck through center. Taken in over the line by Mirjewski. Centering pass blocked by Rickabosh out in front in the blue paint and covered up by Murdoch. 3:19 to play in the first. Apologies for any folks at home who are not big Canucks fans or not fans of the Canucks. Shameless plug of my team every now and then. Most of the time it's a little bit of self-deprecation as the Eagles ship the puck up and out. They've got a 2-on-1. Here's Gigi across to Culbertson. A little bit too far and off the skate of the Tech defender. Now Griffin Lynch with a shot. It deflects up and out of play off the stick of Groom. 2:54 to play in the first. As I was saying, mostly self-deprecation for those who haven't been following NHL standings terribly closely going into the Olympic break. The Eagles, I apologize, the Canucks, my goodness. The Canucks with by far the worst standings in the National Hockey League. So McGavin dumps the puck in, chased after by Fendelum. Checks along the near side corner. McGavin now in to fight for the puck. He checks his man, number 23, Jack Ost. Skirted shot from the top of the zone, blocked by Santino Chancio. Brian Green along for McGavin. Turns and stops. Green back in to fight for it. Checks on his man. A nice play by Brian Green. From the left point, Skrdic down low behind the net. McGavin. 2 minutes to play first period. Now Fendelum makes a move around his man. Tired players out there for FIT. They've had a long shift. Centering pass just over the stick of the Eagles player. And that puck set up along the boards and just barely out of play by Dylan Kelly, which will allow the Panthers to change with 1:47 remaining in this late first period. Dylan Kelly seems to have a bit of a fan club down here just below me in the broadcast booth. A couple of friends here to go watch his last home game of the season. As up ice are the Panthers, making a move around Laflamme, but lost track of the puck, and it slid on goal a little bit sooner, I think, than Mark Rausenwinter wished, and Murdoch's able to cover with 1:34. Face off to his glove side, won by the Eagles. Trickles on the near side of the net. Miroszewski from his own end. Passes up to center. Stephen Rossi in over the line. Cross for Rausenwinter, a little bit behind him, and so the Eagles gain possession from their own end. Laflamme skates around Josh Goodine. It's tipped up and out of play, and it hits the Florida Tech coach who I had talked with before the game. Hit him hard on the head, and they're calling for the medic to come over and take a look at him as that puck sent up and out of play. Looked like off a deflection. The Florida Tech coach in some pain. As we'll wait for the trader to come out to the Panthers bench. And so with 1:06 remaining in the first period, Eagles leading 2-1, we will step aside for a moment while the trader attends to the Florida Tech coach. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth from the Daytona Ice Arena. The Florida Tech coach able to walk along the edge of the arena and over to a separate bench behind the boards. And the trader taking a look at him as play resumes with a face-off in front of the Florida Tech bench, won by Florida Tech. As we got 1 minute remaining here. Panthers able to send the puck out from their own zone, but the Eagles collect just as quickly. Flanagan makes 1 and 2 moves through the neutral zone and tips the puck in for Nicholas Bowers. Now Flanagan. Back to Bowers. Kept him by LePage at the top of the zone. Sends it down low to Coleman. Flanagan out in front, intercepted by Chancio. Chancio up ice with about 20 seconds remaining. Intercepted by Flanagan from his own blue line. One more chance. As he crosses the line. Shot, scores! Brody Flanagan makes it 3-1 and extends his point streak to 6 with 14 seconds remaining in the first period. What a shot, what a goal. Took the puck at center, skated back to his own blue line, and made 1, 2, 3 moves to get around as the Eagles will skate the puck out. in this first period. And we'll go off to the intermission. The Eagles concede the first goal, and they go ahead and score the next 3. A good game for the home team so far, as we'll step aside as the players go off the ice, and we will update you as best we can on how the Florida Tech coach is doing. So far, looks like he is doing well, starting to walk towards the locker room with a cloth on his head. So we thank you for tuning in for the first period. We'll be back after these few short messages with the call for the second period. Stay tuned. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here in South Daytona as we're underway for the second period, and we will step aside so we can get the goal announcement for that last goal right before the end of the period. Embry-Riddle goal. Scored by number 8, Brody Flanagan. Scored unassisted, time of the goal, 19:46 of the first period. That's Flanagan unassisted at 19:46. And we are back live following the goal announcement here in the arena. Mirzuski fights for the puck in his own end. Eagles hard on the forecheck, trying to get a chance in the offensive zone. They've got just 7 shots so far tonight, 3 of them into the back of the net. As George Booth starts from his own end, shot from the top of the near side faceoff circle, saved by Murdoch. Minute and 14 seconds into the second period. Lynch in to take the face-off against Stephen Rossi. Won by Rossi, back to Jack Oss. He sends it down low, trickles out in front off the stick of Rossi and covered up by Murdoch. Just 6 seconds between face-offs. Same players back at it. One again by Rossi. Top of the zone, long shot release goes wide. Gil Johnson collects the loose change. Now Culbertson passes out of the zone, intercepted, but falls back onto his stick. Up to Giggy. Eagles stay on sides. Giggy, sharp angle shot, wouldn't go. Now Lynch loses the puck from behind the net. Giggy has the puck knocked off his stick now. There's 3 Panthers to center. Rossi cuts in, shot, pad save, and covered up by Murdoch. 18:06 to play a second period. Long shot by Mazurski off the face-off win by the Panthers. Goes wide into the near corner. Rekabosh behind his own net. Pokes the puck along for LePage. Now Phillips out to center. Intercepted. Rekabosh chips the puck up and over the glass here below the broadcast booth. Face-off will be right below us here in the broadcast booth as the puck is sent back onto the ice. Brady wins the face-off against Buckley. Rikabosh passes it up through center, intercepted by Jared Green. Checked hard behind the goal line. Phillips couldn't pull the trigger. Back to LePage. His shot blocked. It was Seamus Buckley. The Panthers knocked the puck out to center. Buckley crosses the line. Almost overskated the puck, but able to send it along around the boards and allow the Panthers to set back up on defense. Now from their own end, 3 minutes played. George Booz with the puck. They stay on sides, but now the Eagles in a 2-on-1. Here's Luca Phillips with Brian Anderson behind him. Phillips in, back in, just wide of the net. That puck might have gone off the outside of the glove of Keegan Groom. Phillips again fights for the puck, now joined by Brady. Mirzuski does well to get the puck outside the zone. LePage chips it back in. And now chasing after is Chris Fendelum. All the way behind the net, Nathan Dubé now will be the first in the near side corner for the Eagles. Fenelon cutting towards the net. Dubé, shot, goes just wide. Sharp angle shot just missed. Battle for the puck along the far side. Trickles out to center. Kelly collects from his own end. Dodges a check. A little bit too much for Dubé, and icing the call. 15:55 to play, second period. Face off to the blocker side of James Murdoch, won by the Panthers, but the Eagles able to get to the puck and skate out with it. Almost in on net was Chris Fenelon, but the Panthers able to get back on defense just in time. Now the Panthers with a chance up ice the other way. Played well by Scourge. Now chances front and saved by Murdoch. Grade A opportunity for Steve Rossi from the slot right between the two face-off circles. As once again we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of James Murdoch. Rossi in against Coleman. Coleman makes quick work of that face-off. Nicholas Bowers able to poke the puck up and out. Sent back into the Eagle zone, but they're the first to collect. Bowers chips it out. Delayed offsides. Oss touches it, and so the face-off will come outside off the whistle. 15:19 to play. Last minute change for the Panthers as Coleman wins another faceoff. Backhanded into the zone by Chancio. Up to the stick of Bowers, however. And now Coleman skates after the puck as it goes into the offensive zone. Sent all the way up ice. A little bit too far for just about anyone. Eagles win the race. And so icing the call, 14:55. Now the Eagles will get face-off with the same players having to stay out for the Panthers. Buckley against Coleman once again. Buckley wins the face-off this time. It's kept in the zone by LePage. Long shot into the midsection of Groom. And it held for the whistle. 14:47 to play. Good crowd here for the late game from South Daytona. Number of people down along the boards and decent crowd up here in the stands. Looks like a number of FIT fans that made the drive up from Melbourne just a little bit over an hour. The puck tipped up and out of play in the low rafters here in South Daytona. Fairly boring drive, but not terrible. I made it a few times. Going down for some ultimate frisbee with FIT. A couple of scrims that Embry-Riddle's team will play against FIT every year just for fun as FIT breaks out of the zone. There's Booz, centers across, and what a save by James Murdoch off that tip and attempt by number 5, David Mirzajewski. Another grade A chance for the Panthers. Now another chance and they score right off the face-off, and there's George Booz, number 14, and he makes it back to a 1-goal lead for the Eagles. Goal scored with 14:17 remaining in this first period. Apologize, in the second period. pinballing puck at the top of the Eagles zone. Eagles able to get out. Now up ice, here's Kelly. Goes around the net, backhand just off the side of the net here in this short side. Phillips turns and shoots, and that puck is deflected up and out of play off the netting. 13:37 now to play in the period. Contested face-off in the battle for the puck along the near side corner inside the Panther zone. We'll step aside for the goal announcement. Florida Tech goal scored by number 14, George Booz. Assist to number 28, Ian Taylor, and number 16, Mark Rausenwinner. Time of the goal, 5:42 of the second period. That's Booz from Taylor and Rausenwinner at 5:42. Just as we come back, a nice save in front by James Murdoch off of the initial shot and the rebound, and he keeps it a one-goal game on his 18th and 19th shot face tonight. Booz takes the face-off for the Panthers. Puck intercepted, and now here's Fendelum. He's in one-on-one. Rausenwinner checks him from behind, able to get the shot off, but just a little bit wide was that shot off the stick of Fendelum. So the Eagles will tag up. They'll send the puck back in. They check towards 12 minutes to play this second period. We've got a good game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you just joining us, the Panthers drew first blood early in the first period. They scored just 3 minutes and 49 seconds into the game. And then from there, the Eagles went on a 3-goal tear to end the first period, the last of those being scored with just 19 seconds remaining. That shot in from the far side is saved by Murdoch off the stick of Rausenwinner. Booz intercepts the puck at the top of the Eagles zone, but it trickles out to center. No battle for the puck in front of the Eagles. Apologizing from the Panthers end. At shot by Booz, blocker save by Murdoch as one or more players lost a stick. There's one lying down inside the Eagles end. Shot in from center by Bowers. Coleman handles the puck behind the goal line. Up to the left point, LePage, his drive. Just off the tip of the glove of Keegan Groom. As I was saying, for those just joining us tonight, Eagles went on a 3-goal tear with Brody Flanagan scoring the third with just 14 seconds, I believe it was. 14 seconds remaining in the period. Each team with a power play goal to their credit. As a 3-on-2 develops in over the line is Auer. But that was just a little bit too much. Eagles intercept, send it a little bit too far on their accord. So 10:18 remaining in the second. Scarcely more than half of the game left, I should say. They ice the puck, and so the face-off back into the Eagles zone. The face-off this time to the glove side of Murdoch. won by Coleman. Puck comes free, and it looks like it'll be just enough for an icing as Coleman was in a long race to get there, but it'll be Coleman who loses that race. So 10:08 remaining. We'll have another face-off off and an icing. Coleman against Buckley, won again by Buckley. Racing to the puck is Chancio. Now Buckley tried to cut it in towards center. Eagles intercept. There's Culbertson, and he carries the puck all the way into the offensive zone. Loses it at the right point. Regains it now. Just a little bit too much for Lynch, but he'll skate onto the puck in the near corner. Far boards now. Culbertson will battle for it. Chancio takes it off his stick, but the Eagles able to send it further and deep. Lynch cuts the center. His shot saved by Groom, but the juicy rebound given up, and the Eagles try to collect. Sent out to center off the stick of Josh Goodine. Eagles now up. Up ice push it again. There's Giggy, turns and makes a move. Again, able to get the puck out that time was Buckley. He'll go off to the bench for a change under 9 minutes to play. Eagles will pass the puck in their own end. Intercepted, however, by Jack Ost. Checks Kelly. Battle in the near corner. George Booz gets to it. Now a long shot by Rausenwinter. Goes well wide on the blocker side. Phillips chops it out to Kelly, and he had Giggy down the center of the ice, but unable to get the puck free from the boards. Now Phillips in over the line, makes a move around one man before he's knocked off his feet. The puck comes back to the Eagles' own blue line. LePage checked hard. There's Booz. He tips the puck off the end of Kelly's stick. Dangerously, too, but the Eagles able to recover and now go up ice. 3 Eagles through center. Fenelon with speed on the right wing. Slides the puck in. Sticked aside by Groom. Puck comes free to Taylor and in on Murdoch for the stop. 7:35 remaining in the second. As the Eagles holding on to their 1-goal lead. We apologize. Looks like it was some sort of call that was not to do with the puck being stopped, and so faceoff came just outside of the Eagle zone in front of the Panthers bench. Fighting off a check is LePage. In on goal, shoots, and scores! I apologize, that was not LePage, that was Eric Laflamme for the Eagles, number 25. And he extends the Eagles' lead back to 2. And as soon as we get the call from downstairs, we'll make the call for the folks here in the arena. But before then, we've got a 2-on-1. There's Chancio in a cross, and he scores! Josh Goodine. And he just 11 seconds later brings the score back to 3. Up to 3 and back within 1. My goodness, what a sequence of events for these two teams. Can barely keep up with everything that's happening. And we'll go ahead and make the call for the Eagles goal while we wait for the call for the Panthers to come in. Embry-Riddle goal. Scored by number 25, Eric Laflamme. Assist to number 6, Brian Green. Time of the goal, 12:38 of the second period. That's Laflamme from Green at 12:38. Florida Tech goal scored by number 7, Josh Goodine. Assist to number 15, Santino Chancio. Time of the goal, 12:51 of the second period. That's Goodine from Chancio at 12:51. And with that, there is a whistle and a save by Murdoch. 6:17 remaining in the second period. Apologize to anyone traumatized by a certain collection of numbers said right after each other that might have just been said. The Eagles chip the puck into the offensive zone. There's Austin Giggy with speed. Now he'll battle for the puck behind the goal line in the far side corner. Griffin Lynch in to make a play. Now Culbertson tries to send the puck out to the slot. Intercepted. Rosenwinter's attempt to cross the line foiled by the Eagles. Looks like icing will be waved off as the puck slid up ice. Culbertson was able to win the race against George Booz. Booz falls down, had the puck on top of him. And there will be a call as it looked like Culbertson gave him a little cross-check there at the end. We're not sure what the call will be, if there will be a call. Liam Fitzgerald and Luke Ortloff having a chat. And so when all said and done, no penalty assessed to either team. 5:22 to play in the second. Eagles by 1. Contested faceoff controlled by the Eagles. Phillips turned and shot, saved by Keegan Groom. Now Dylan Kelly, long shot, wide of the goal on the glove side. Brady sends it down low for Anderson. Now Brady collects the puck from that 2-on-1 battle, or 1-on-2 I should say. Kelly, top of the zone, shot blocked, but able to chip it off to the side and keep the Panthers from getting a chance to speed up ice. Nice play by Skurdich just off the edge of his stick. Now a good check by Kelly to keep Rosenwinter from getting a chance towards the net. Under 5 minutes to play, second period. Anderson on Mierzewski. Losing the puck a couple of times at center, but regaining was Ryan Comier. Two players go down on the far side, no call. Kelly from behind his own net passes out to Phillips. Puck trickles all the way into the Panther zone, and that is where they will collect it. Rossi with the forecheck on Green. Takes Green down from behind. Now he's on net. Centers, and just fanning on that one-time attempt with a wide open back door was Ryan Auer. Eagles able to get the puck out. Here's Fendelum and Dubé in a 2-on-1. Fendelum across, intercepted. Rebound! Saved by Groom, and he'll cover it up. That was a nice defensive play there by the Panthers, but nearly a chance off the centering pass block back to The winger got that shot off, but saved by Groom. 3:22 to play here in the second period. Eagles exchange their defense to keep the same forwards out. Johnson keeps the puck in. Slides out to center. Sent quickly back in by Nathan Dubé. Up ice is Buckley. Behind the net. He's got Chancio at the far faceoff circle. Eagles prevent the puck from getting to him. Good work on them. That's a dangerous chance if that gets free. Dubé up ice, along with the goal scorer, Laflamme. Looked like he might have been held from behind as he was trying to skate along the boards. Laflamme breaking up a pass. Now here's Flanagan with speed. In around Oss. Flanagan centers. And saved by Groom. Flanagan tried to go all the way through the blue paint and get the backhand in. Groom stayed with it. 2:09 to play in the second. Eagles by 1. Panthers control, and they're able to get the puck out of their own end. Intercepted by Rickabosh, however, and the Eagles will chip the puck up ice, and they'll go after another chip and chase. Panthers get it out. Still, there's Booze. Cross for Rausenwinner. That's broken up by Rickabosh yet again. Puck trickles to center off a Panthers player, so icing waved off. Flanagan backhands the puck in deep, and he'll go off for a change. Panthers clear the zone. LePage sends it quickly back in, minute 10 to play. Now up ice is Rausenwinner. 1 minute to play in the second period. 1 minute. Puck back into the Panther zone. Lynch, shot from behind the goal line, tried to bank it off the goalie, wouldn't go. Kelly for Giggy, the captain, shot, save, rebound! And able to cover the puck up is Keegan Groom with 38.5 seconds remaining. The Eagles now up to 18 shots on the night after a very quiet start. Eagles control. Culbertson. Cross to Skrdic, just a little bit too much outside the zone. He'll dump it back in, and they'll tag up. Culbertson gets his stick on the pass up from below the goal line, but tips up and out of play with 23.9 seconds remaining here in the second. Now, Skrdic from the top of the zone, his shot blocked in traffic. Puck comes out of the zone, 12 seconds remaining. Pinballing puck at center. Now the Panthers trying for a last-minute goal. Rossi with the puck. Shot goes wide, and time will run out here in the second. After two, the Eagles still lead by 1 goal, score 4-3. As both teams will head off for the second intermission and my final intermission as the voice of the Eagles. My final period is the voice of the Eagles coming up in just a few minutes here in the final home game for either team for this season. So we thank you for joining us here in the broadcast. We'll be back shortly with the call for the third period. Thanks for listening this evening, and you're listening to the Eagles Hockey Network. Both teams heading back out onto the ice. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here in South Daytona for all of us here at the Eagles Hockey Network. I'm Aaron Watt. Welcome back to the last period of hockey for the 2025 and 2026 season. It's been a pleasure having you along for all of the games this season. And we got one more period of an exciting game left to bring to you at home. Embry-Riddle leading Florida Tech 4-3. Both teams out on the ice. Florida Tech ready to go. Eagles skating out there. Top line against top line to start off this period. For the faceoff, Seamus Buckley against the Eagles' assistant captain, Andy Coleman. Contested faceoff, but Flanagan rushes in and he'll dish the puck into the offensive zone. We're underway here for the final period of play from South Daytona on this, what became a late game. Coleman out in front, backhand shot. Goes just a little bit wide, it was blocked. Kelly sends it in deep behind the net. Coleman turns around. Penalty on the play. Murdoch heads off to the bench. Bowers protects the puck. Back up to Skirnich at the right point. Touched up by the Panthers, and so the Eagles, who scored on their one and only power play, as did the Panthers, I might add, go back to the power play, their second of the night. The Eagles off to the man advantage. They control in the offensive zone following the faceoff. Kelly down low to Culbertson. Kelly top of the zone, long shot, held by Groom. Eagles maintain possession in the offensive zone for now, but able to get it out are the Panthers. Here's Booz. He cuts in short-handed shot and goes well over the net. Now to play with 1:31 remaining on the man advantage. 18:49 in this third period. Eagles still by one. Shorthanded, the Panthers win the faceoff in the offensive zone. The Eagles able to get to the puck. Now up ice with speed along this near side is Flanagan. He gains his own. Pass it around far side. Bowers top of the zone. Coleman back to Bowers. Shoots. Goes just wide of the net. Puck trickles just outside the zone. Minute left on the man advantage. Puck stolen off the stick of Phillips. There goes Chancio. Cuts the center, but Phillips able to knock the puck back off his stick, and he gets the defensive play back. 40 seconds remaining. 2 minutes gone in this third period. As Flanagan left for Bowers. Now for Kelly. Puck out of the zone. Now in 1-on-0. Here's Goodine. Backhand. And he sends that well over the net. Off in the near side. Whistle, 24 seconds to go on the penalty to Kingery. And we'll make the call. Florida Tech penalty to number 19, Cayman Kingery. A 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 41 seconds of the third period. That's Kingery 2 for tripping at 0-4-1. Penalty over as Kingery goes back to the bench. Onto the ice is Chancio. Pardon me, that's Murzadowski. His long shot, rising shot, goes over the net. Now Green punches the puck behind the net. Almost gets it out the near side. Now intercepting for the puck going into the top of the zone is Gagey. Now in a 2-on-1 with Culbertson. Puck slides just off the stick of Culbertson. Now up the other way is George Booz in over the line. Just blocked a little bit from getting to it. Now Mizurski, his shot, blocked in traffic by Skurtic. Nice play by him. Mark Rausenwinter steps around Skurtic. Checked by Brady. Skurtic able to get to the puck first. Skurtic's clearing pass is blocked off a Florida Tech leg. Eventually able to get it up and out. Mizurski now up the other way. Backhanded centering pass is intercepted by Brady. And that puck will go all the way up the far side boards. Is now with speed is Kingery. Leaves for Rossi, his shot, and a nice save by Murdoch. Kingery once again, long shot. Didn't get much on it, I don't think, as much as he wanted, and able to cover it up. 5:35 remaining in the third by Murdoch. As the faceoff comes to his blocker side, that far side faceoff circle, Kingery top of the zone, long shot, deflected wide of the goal. Chancio, centering pass, a little bit too much for Goodon. Now they score! Long shot from the left point, deflected in. And that is number 21, Seamus Buckley. Different goal scorers for each team so far tonight. And as soon as we get the call, we will call into the arena. And so with the puck in the Eagle zone, about 5 minutes gone in the third period, we'll make the call. Florida Tech goal scored by number 21. As the Eagles score off of the break out of their own zone, and just as quickly they retake a 1-goal lead. Goal from Nicholas Bowers, his second of the night. As I said from the top of the call for this period, it's a thriller tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around because we might just be burning the barn. Now George Booz has the puck knocked off his stick. He's able to regain possession now, leaves it. Fanning on the shot there was Taylor. And the Eagles able to get the puck up and out of the zone. And now we'll make the call for the Eagles goal. Embry-Riddle goal! Scored by number 22, Nicholas Bowers. His goal unassisted, time of the goal, 5:09 of the third period. That's Bowers unassisted at 5:09. Liam Fitzgerald blows the whistle off that save from Murdoch. Looks like there's an injured Florida Tech player out there. So the trainer to come out on the ice. Just one trainer tonight, the Embry-Riddle trainer, an Embry-Riddle grad and a current EMT with Volusia Emergency Medical Services. Injured player number 16, Mark Rausenwinner. He's scored once tonight for Florida Tech. And he'll go off for a minute. Face off to the glove side of Murdoch, unable to keep the puck in. Off the face-off win are the Panthers. Now Culbertson chasing after the puck. He might just win this. As Lynch sends the puck further along. He's hit hard into the boards, but now Gagey in, and now see, that would be Jacob Skirtich keeping the puck in at the top of the zone. I apologize. Couldn't quite see the number there. Gagey turns and shoots. Culbertson. The puck taken away from right in front of him by Rozzi. And that was a close one for this Florida Tech team. Battle for the puck now. Skirtich long shot goes well wide on the glove side. Gagey sends the puck in deep. Back around out in front. Backhanded back in by Kelly. Chipped up and out by the Panthers from their own zone into the Eagles end. Battle in front of the Eagles bench, just in front of the stanchion there. Eagles able to get it out of their own end. Trickles back in, delayed offsides. Panthers tag up, but Kelly out of his own end with speed. He'll send the puck in, rims around the board. Long carom, and he'll go off. Falling down was LePage, but right there to cover Nicholas Bowers. Now Flanagan from his own end. He is dangerous coming from his own end. Lots of speed, lots of skill from number 8. Long shot from the right point. Saved by the blocker of Keegan Groom. Flanagan hurrying back, following Mirzewski. He cuts around behind the net. Wraparound attempt forced wide by Rekabosh. Puck back on the stick of Rekabosh. Up for Coleman. He's through center and over the line. Able to get it back out are the Panthers. Down by 1. Very back and forth game so far tonight. Phillips chips the puck in. He'll chase after it. Miruski leaves it. Rossi sends it up, delayed offsides. Eagles tag up, but Rossi skates it out. Nice move around Phillips. Brady takes the puck off his stick. Oss tried to check Brady. Brady skated through it. Now stolen by Rossi. He's up with Grant Wilkin. Wilkin tried to go around Laflamme, but Laflamme said no, thank you. Cross to Rossi. He's in over the line. Made a move around Johnson, but Johnson able to get the stick in the way. Like I said, very back and forth, both in the score, but also in the way that these teams play. Luca Phillipson over the line. Tried to let a shot go, but it was taken off his stick by Wilkin. Rossi now cuts in towards the center. Shot goes just over the net halfway through this third period. Eagles send the puck up from behind their own goal line. It's out to center, intercepted by the Panthers. Back in is Booz. Intercepting Skirtich, backhands it out to center. Collected once again by the Panthers. They'll send it in, delayed offsides. Arm goes down as they tag up. This defensive pairing for the Eagles has been out there for a while, Kelly and Skirtich. They'll both be looking to go off when they can. There, but they both go to the bench. Dubé made a cut towards the center, but intercepted by Auer. Auer with speed up the far side. Broken up. Now from his own end is Rausenwetter, has the puck knocked off his stick and intercepted by Green as he's checked all the way into the Panthers bench. Finally gets out. He was sent all the way into that bench. Falling down was Auer as he tried to take the cross-ice pass. Now Gagey enters the offensive zone for the Eagles. Cuts in, gets turned around. Now Lynch onto the puck. Culbertson. Rickabosh, top of the zone, across to Gagey on the far side. Gagey shoots, scores! The captain, Austin Gagey, and it's 6-4 Eagles. And now a little bit of a fisticuffs right in front of the Panthers bench. Now Gagey, who just scored the goal, he's going to go off. It looks like sloshing might be the call, preliminary indication. We will take another look when we can. So it'll be a minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll get the call. Panthers entering the Eagle zone. Embry-Riddle goal! Scored by number 67, the captain, Austin Gagey. His goal scored unassisted. Time of the goal, 11:57 of the third period. That's Gagey unassisted at 11:57. Embry-Riddle penalty also assessed to number 67, a 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalty, 11:57 of the third period. That's Gagey 2 for unsportsmanlike at 11:57. Now back to the action as in comes Rossi. Puck knocked off his stick and sent all the way down by Kelly for the clear. 50 seconds remaining on the penalty to Gagey. Again, that for unsportsmanlike conduct following the 6-4 goal. 6:45 to play in the third period. This game so far being a barn burner. Fairly clean game for both teams. That was just the fourth penalty assessed so far tonight. And the second to Embry-Riddle. Panthers just passing the puck D to D in center. Now the Eagles intercept. They send it all the way down as the penalty to Geki expires. And that will be an icing call going against Florida Tech. Miruski sent it all the way for Booz, and Booz was unable to collect. 6 minutes exactly to play third period. A weak shot off the faceoff by Rickabosh goes wide on the ice on the glove side. Rossi will intercept. Eagles break that up just as quickly. Now Brady, his shot from the high slot goes just wide. Flanagan into the corner. He'll work on the puck. Bowers got to it for a minute, but now Rossi intercepts. Chancio across the blue line. Loses the puck, but taken by Mirzewski. He cuts into the high slot. Shot goes high and over the net. 5:20 to play third period. Chancio lost the puck. Now Eagles up ice. Icing the call is it went from the Eagles' own end and wide of Flanagan. 5:07 to play. Eagles will have to stay out for the faceoff in their own end. Here on the glove side of Murdoch. Face-off controlled by the Eagles. They sent it all the way down the ice. It will be an icing call. 4:59 now to play third period. Time slowly winding off the clock here in the final period. Eagles lead by 2. Puck behind the net comes up for Murdoch. And he tosses aside the stick of one of the Panthers. It's like that was stick of Chancio. Got a little close to Murdoch there. That is stick in the way while he was trying to make the save. Had a hold of it. Tossed it off to the side. This game so far has not been terribly chippy, especially by the standard of some of the games that this team has played this year. But as we get later in the game, it might, as there's a bit of a hit on LaFlamme. Good hit on the first one. Second one looked like there might have been a little something personal. Puck being chipped around right in the slot. Dangerous spot for the puck to be chipped around to the Eagles' end. Now turning and shooting, and just over the net was Josh Goodine. And he had a chance to score his second of the night and bring this back to a one-goal game with a little bit over 4 minutes to play. Now in over the line was LaFlamme. Hard hit there. Kelly backhands it in. Culbertson across for Gil Johnson, right point. He chips the puck in deep. Green now. Phillips takes it. Out in front for Culbertson. Couldn't pull the trigger. LaFlamme pulls the trigger just wide on the blocker side. There's Rosenwinter up for Goodine. He'll chip the puck in and go off for the change. 3.5 to play third period. LaFlamme from his own end, intercepted by Miriuski. Booz over the line, the captain for this Panthers team. Ederson intercepts now and gains the zone along the near side boards. Rosenmutter chips the puck in. Icing waved off. And Kelly tried to carry the puck around the boards, but it goes up and out of play instead. Under 3 to play, 2:56 to be precise. Eagles still by 2, and we'll look towards the Florida Tech bench and towards Keegan Groom, the goaltender for the Panthers tonight, to see if coach will pull him for the extra attacker. As a shot just off the faceoff, blocked in traffic, tipped up and into the air into the corner. That shot from Chancio. The coach motioning towards Groom. Looks like he was telling him one he wanted as a shot all the way down the ice, just wide of the goal. But icing waved off because Fendelin was there first. Eagles intercept the puck from the Panther zone. Now it's taken back by the Panthers. 2:20 remaining. As they move ice, Groom slightly out of his goal crease, looking towards the bench. Coach not looking towards him, looking on in the play. Now cutting towards center. Rosenwinter, and that shot saved by Murdoch off the stick of Chancio with 2:05. And there is a shot taken by Jared Green at the back. Looks like that's Jacob Skirtich, the goalie turned defenseman for the Eagles. Skirtich not taking the bait, and he will go off for the change. Groom still in net. If he's to be pulled, we can expect to see him go to the bench fairly soon. The Panthers trying to get some extended offensive zone possession time as that puck trickles just outside. Icing waved off, doesn't even get all the way down to the red line. Flanagan intercepts, now Bowers turns, shoots, save, rebound, scores! Andy Coleman, the assistant captain, with 1:37 remaining in this third period, and he makes it a 7-4 game. Seven goals and 6 different goal scorers for the Eagles tonight. That top line putting quite a bit together is now Fendelin in on net. Shot saved by Groom and rebound attempt by Green out in front. Couldn't get a little elevation on it. Groom able to get the pad stop. 1:20 remaining. The whistle with 1:09 remaining. We'll have the face-off in the offensive zone for the Eagles to that blocker side of Groom. Now the Eagles with that goal, they have, for all intents and purposes, iced this game. We have seen 3-goal comebacks occasionally. And we'll get the 1 minute remaining call and the goal call for the Andy Coleman goal. 1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute. Embry Riddle goal! Scored by number 40, Andy Coleman. Assist to number 22, Nicholas Bowers. Time of the goal, 18:23 of the third period. That's Coleman from Bowers at 18:23. Shot by Brian Green on net and saved by Groom. 27.8 seconds remaining in this third period. Final period of the season. Final 27.8 seconds of the 25-26 season. The Eagles with possession in the offensive zone. Phillips turns and shoots. That goes wide of the net. LePage takes the puck to center. It's chipped into the zone. Back out to center. It'll go all the way down to the Eagles' blue line. Rickabosh, 5 seconds remaining. He'll pass up to Phillips. Phillips flips it out to center, and that is the 2025-2026 season. And the Eagles finish their final home game of the year off with a nice win, 7-4 against the Florida Tech Panthers. Eagles win. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Embry-Riddle Eagles and the Daytona Ice Arena, we thank you for a fantastic 2025 and 2026 season. We thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to seeing you back in the Ice Arena this September. Until then, we wish you all a very happy and a very healthy rest of your evening and year until September. Good night. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. Final home game of the season for the Eagles once again as the players finish up the handshake lines. And it looks like several players come together at center, as they always do after the ACDC games, for a prayer circle. Handshakes with the referees. 0 on the clock. 7-4, your final score from South Daytona. And ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned from the top of the broadcast, this is my final game as the voice of the Embry-Riddle Eagles. It has been such a pleasure and such an honor calling these games for all of you at home. Got an email from a parent during the broadcast, during the call for the second period, thanking me and the entire broadcast team for everything that we've done. So, Mr. Kelly, from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the entire Embry-Riddle hockey organization, thank you for the support. Thank you for watching from home, for keeping tabs on the team, supporting the team even if it is from afar. And so with that, I think that'll do it from all of us here at the Eagles Hockey Network. For manager Dr. Ken Burns, assistant general manager and his wife, Mrs. Regina Burns, for head coach Eric Perrin, for Simon Trebia on the camera, I'm Aaron Watt. It has been such a pleasure and such an honor calling these games these past few years. And so from all of us, with the Eagles Hockey Network, we wish you a great off-season, and we hope to welcome you back on the broadcast in September. But for now, so long and good night from South Daytona.